Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I was supposed to have a podium, but well, for the bureaucrats coming from the EU, it's quite complicated to be as good speaker as the previous one. But really, it's a privilege for me to be here and to address this audience of makers, shapers, and decision doers. I hope so, and really would like to thank for SAFE bringing all you here together and bringing me together to have this this presentation. So good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, and let me start from bringing you back 2 years ago. On February 24, 2022, Ukraine's electric grid operator, Ukrenergo, disconnected the country's power system from Russia. Long-planned disconnection was just meant to be 72 hours trial to prove that Ukraine was able to operate its own system by its own and disconnected. Only 4 hours after the disconnection happened, Russia launched the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Just a few days ago, we witnessed the 2 years mark after this tragic day. Originally, the plan was to link Ukraine with European grid in 2023, but Putin's illegal, unjustified, and unprovoked aggression made it urgent. On March 2022, just a few weeks later, engineers reached the key milestone to synchronize the networks, Ukrainian and European. Commissioner Kadri Simpson stated then, what was supposed to take 2 years was done in 2 weeks. So this was a success story for Europe, success story globally for energy security, and success story for energy engineers. Energy is in the heart what is happening in Ukraine. Sorry, it seems I have to take my earrings. Energy is in the heart of what is happening in Ukraine right now. And it's not happening by chance. This is rather a consequence of the fact that energy is the part of geopolitics. Any disruption of energy infrastructure, whether natural disaster, technical failure, cyber attack, can actually have far-reaching consequences. Therefore, we need to strengthen our resilience, critical energy infrastructure, because it's constantly under threat. Putin's aggression to Ukraine and its weaponization of energy created extremely difficult situation. Before 2022, Russia threw markets into disorder strategically, using transit disputes or technical issues as an excuse to switch on and off supplies, to generate uncertainty, and to create price peaks. In certain parts of Europe, we know that firsthand. Energy was used as a weapon in 2006, 2009, 2014, which followed the Crimea annexation. European energy companies did not receive all nominated volumes as the penalty for the reversed flows to Ukraine. Because of the full-scale invasion, our gas markets were facing unprecedented pressure on multiple fronts. Russia's already dominant position as the key supplier of gas to EU, with more than 40% of European market, look set to strengthen further as the Nord Stream 2 pipeline was certified to come into force. So a perfect storm looked inevitable. However, together with US, the EU set about the task and in surprisingly short time were able to turn a very serious energy situation in Europe into the great opportunity. We reduced our dependency on Russian gas, diversified our supplies, and secured warm homes and functioning factories in Europe. Putin did not count on our determination and resilience. So another success story. This coming Friday, here in Washington, D.C., High Representative Vice President Josep Borrell, Commissioner Kadri Simpson, along together with Secretary Blinken and Secretary Granholm, will participate in the 11th EU-US Energy Council meeting. European Union and United States are players with a global reach, and therefore we are both extremely interested in energy in all dimensions: economic, security, environmental, and social. This council is a leading forum to guide our bilateral energy partnerships, a high-level body launched back in 2009, to deepen our coordination on strategic energy issues, mutual interests, and research and innovation cooperation. Council is, of course, supported by working groups on energy technology, energy policy, and energy security. In the last 2 years, the EU has taken swift action to tackle energy crisis. We have made filling the gas storages compulsory, encouraged voluntary reduction of gas consumption, and for the first time ever proceeded to aggregated demand and purchase gas jointly. We have also diversified our supplies and reduced our reliance on Russian gas from 45% to less than 15%. Let me stress that US is now the largest exporter of LNG gas to Europe. In addition, since 2022, we have deployed renewable capacities on record level, allowing further gas saving. Renewable generation capacity has increased considerably as well in 2023. So we are able to reach 73% gigawatts of new installed capacities for wind and solar combined. That is 18% increase from the 2022. Some have voiced concern about the energy crisis slowing down the green transition or Green Deal. Actually, it been rather opposite. For us, energy transition and energy security are two sides of the same coin. And consequently, our response has been fast forward the European Green Deal by massive deploying renewables and making our economies more energy efficient. In this context, we are determined to strengthen our strategic energy partnership with the United States, especially in these times of geopolitical turmoil and increased international competition. European companies are thriving in the US as pivotal leaders in clean tech and renewable energy. At the global level, among the 10 largest companies in the sector, 6 are from the EU. As you know, our bilateral agenda is rich and substantial. We will continue to push back decisively against any attempt to weaponize energy. We need to step up our support to Ukraine, notably in air defense, to ensure a proper protection of energy infrastructure. We also need to increase humanitarian aid and further assistance to critical energy sector, including through G7+ Energy Coordination Group. The overall objective remains our common determination to support Ukraine's effort to build more sustainable and decentralized energy system that is more integrated with Europe. Diversification of our energy resources is a critical element in our quest to ensure greater energy security. It is in this spirit that together with US, we are supporting our partners in the Western Balkans in their long-run term economic and energy transition towards climate neutrality and integrating with the EU energy system. We want to help them to accelerate the development of energy infrastructure and interconnections. Another substantive element is our bilateral and multilateral cooperation in order to encourage smart investments as well as technical standards, regulatory and policy coordination in the transition towards climate neutral, including through our bilateral clean energy incentive dialogue in the framework of TTC. So I think that what is extremely important is actually solid transatlantic bonds, which allows to face severe energy crisis which was biggest probably in last 40 years. Now, the peak of the energy crisis is behind us. The actions taken by US and by the EU and the member states have brought back stability to European energy market and the global energy market. And we are more or less back into the pre-war level. However, we cannot be complacent. Our feeling is that energy prices need to fall even further because they are structurally higher in Europe than in other parts of the world. That means that, as President von der Leyen stated, we have to make right decisions and invest now. We all agree that 2024 will be a decisive year. There will be elections for the European Parliament on our side, and the President of the United States here in November. Experts are predicting that 2024 there will be more geoeconomic tensions in the Red Sea and the Taiwan Strait. This means there are potentials for supply chains disruption, greater volatility on the energy markets, and a harsher international competition. These are tough times, and they will not be over soon. However, I do not want to finish on this very gloomy note. And despite the war in Ukraine, despite the conflicts in European continent or just nearby, I think that our success story in the last 2 years was definitely in the energy sector, making sure Ukrainian energy system survives, making sure energy prices are down, and making sure we're less dependent on non-predictable partners, non-predictable third countries. And this can be only achieved by EU and US working together. Thank you.